Hello everyone. In this Ninjago City Update video, I'm going to be focusing on three things. First, finishing up some details that I left out in my last update. Second, adding a backdrop to my city in the form of a mountain mural. And third, planning for expansion for the new latest modular building. That new Ninjago City modular building being workshops, releasing on March 1st in a few weeks' time. So I want to get myself ready for it. I will kind of disassemble my city temporarily to figure out how workshops integrates with the other 4 existing modular buildings in the series. And then later on, I'll add it to my city. In my last city update video, I added this modified family reunion set, which included a restaurant. It's 2 stories with a rooftop dining area, and modded it and called it the Destiny's Bounty. That's the new name of the restaurant. And it sits on this place, this living quarters down here, where it's been turned into a bed and breakfast, and then a tunnel of water underneath it. And also added this modded terrain. But going back to my previous city update, there's some work that I didn't finish, in particularly over here. It's important for me to keep each build on their own base plate or base plates so that I can easily manage my city if I need to pull it apart to clean it, dust it, or modify it. Like for this case, where this bridge looks like it's finished, but it's not on the other side. So to pull it out, to work on it is a lot easier. So therefore I don't interconnect the water tiles between the different base plates. It just is so much easier to work with when it's like this. Also, this allows me an opportunity to pull a module like this and put it somewhere different. Maybe inspire some different arrangement ideas. This particular module is composed of 3 half base plates and includes an elevated railway for citizens to get around town or visitors to get in and out of Ninjago City. And then I've got this water passage down below, this tunnel, for small boats to still be able to pass through. We've got some lighting underneath the elevated railway, some conduit lines suggesting electrical work. We've got this bridge going across to markets, and up above on the 2nd story, that's where the train stops at markets. I do have to finish that bridge as mentioned, and then build another stone walkway bridge over here. I've also got some more trans blue tiles to finish up the waterwork on this module. I'm building up some underlying rock to these stone walkways. I realized I shouldn't be placing these wedged slope pieces down below the tiles because there's a half a stud that doesn't get covered up with the tile, but rather placing it up on top of the tiles like that. The tiling for the water is complete, as well as the rock work for the crossover points, both there and here. This is my upgraded bridge. I've got it complete, my first one. I'm gonna build a second one that's very similar to this. Ran out of these micro figures, but I found a couple in this city set, the museum break-in. I've actually got 2 of those sets, so I'll be able to get 4 of them. It's kind of ironic that I'm doing my own break-in to these sets just for these micro figures. Yeah, not stealing any of the rare artifacts inside the museum, just what's on top. Here are my 2 bridges. I purposely made them a little bit deteriorated just for style and ready to get them put in. There's enough clearance for a small boat to go through. And with that, this module is officially complete. Now I'm going to get this put back into place and make sure it transitions nicely. Here's the bridge connecting the expansion of the docks over to markets. I think that works really well. Just watch your head under that conduit line. And this bridge is used for pedestrians crossing over from markets to Zane's Memorial and ultimately to the Temple of Air Jitsu. 1 of 3 tasks are complete. Now about that mountain mural, here it is. If you haven't noticed already, I like viewing all of my Ninjago City modulars from the back because of all the waterway expansions That's what drove me to all of these mods as well. I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to put the mountain mural behind my city there. Now, there is a complication, though, that I want to talk about. My city is too large for my table. That's why I made this custom plywood cutout. It's 40 inches by 30 inches. So it's 3 base plates thickness that way and 4 base plates the other way. And I can't put this mural behind my city because the cutout that I did is just not wide enough, and there's things that extend past the base plate on markets and city that just don't give me room to put this mountain mural behind it, even if I did make another one of these wider. So it's a little bit complicated, but there's some space where my window is, and I figured that I could put this on my windowsill, and it'll also help me cover up my window a little bit because I really don't like seeing that in the background of my city. So the idea is that I'm going to center my city with my window and then put the backdrop covering the window partially. And the windowsill is down here. So my mountain won't be as visible as I want it to be. If I set it on my windowsill, it's just not going to rise up over the city as much as I want. So what I'm going to do is add some filler bricks down at the bottom. And since they're not going to be visible, I'm going to use up all of my pink and purple bricks. That'll clear up some of the space and give more room for neutral colors, because I don't use pink and purple. As well as yellow. We've got a lot of yellow. Whenever I face a problem with Lego, I usually come up with a Lego solution. Probably not the most time-efficient solution for this one, but anyway, there's my mountain mural. I'm going to place it on my windowsill, center it, and kind of push the tables up against it so it doesn't fall down. Well, pushing the tables up against it was the ideal solution, but I need to give it space. And what I came up with was I just shoved some Duplo bricks down there to kind of hold it in place a little bit so it didn't just fall forward. Yeah, that thing's heavy. Because the annoying thing is, look at how much Ninjago City hangs off the base plate. It's just so annoying. Markets kind of does the same thing. As you can see, my layout is hanging off the front end of my table way too much and just can't push it back any further. What I'm going to do is remove that robot arm temporarily so I can push it back a bit further. I'll probably need to create a notch in that mountainside, which shouldn't be hard to do. Then I can get it onto my table a little bit more securely. Also, since I can't push the tables back, I'm seeing a lot of yellow right there. Not a very good look. And coming around to the front, I would really like to see the mountain extend up a little bit higher. I think a backdrop is good to have, especially since Markets dips down lower than the tall gardens or city. Also, Workshops is going to be a shorter one, so I think having a mural in the background is a good thing. I've got a little bit of work to do on the mountain mural, but we'll call that task complete for now. Now, about the expansion with Workshops. Workshops has really thrown me for a loop, both metaphorically speaking and literally, and I'll tell you what I mean about that. It's a corner module. It appears to be a corner module that doesn't look like it's going to fit in with just a straight line of everything. So, City was a corner module. Docks, next one, straight. Then we got Gardens, corner, then Market, straight. And now we're going back to a corner. So we've got 3 corners and 2 straights. So it threw me in a loop, metaphorically speaking, because it just really hard for me to think of how to work it up right here. And that's where I wanted it to be. Literally speaking, we've got 3 corners, so they kind of want you to loop things back around. So what I was really thinking the best place was going to was by docks right here. And I'd have to take out my modded module right here. And workshops next to docks, that seems kind of logical. Docks is kind of low, workshops is low, and it's industrial. It should be next to docks. It just all makes sense, being a corner right there. However, that'll add another half base plate to my layout, and I don't really want to expand this way. Actually, I want to expand this way. That's where I was planning on expanding. That's why I made this extra cutout of this piece of wood. So if I continue with city expansions out this way, I'm going to have to rearrange my tables, turn them sideways and double them up, and also rearrange my room. So it's going to take up more space into my room, and I don't want that. If I had a dedicated room to put this display in, then I would put it in that room and just go whichever direction I needed. But I don't have that space right now. Now, going back to the consideration of expansion this way, I'm not sure I'll be able to just plop it right there. The walkways definitely won't line up with gardens, and some of the overhanging pieces might get in the way. I'm not quite sure. And if I replace it where gardens is, well, I need to find a place for gardens. If I put it over here, that might work pretty well. But again, I got to find a place for city. Of course, I'm expecting workshops to work best next to markets. I've got the light rail system going this way. That's why I wanted to expand that way. And it'd be pretty cool if I could manage to put workshops back here, kind of underneath the railway. We've got a mech suit being built. But again, just those 4 modulars in the same line, corner, corner, straight corner, or corner, straight, corner, corner, just doesn't seem like it'll work. But if I could have managed that, imagine I slid gardens over one base plate, and then this walkway as well. And then my temple, move over the base plate as well, the Dragonstone Shrine. And then this will be open for like water and large boats, and kind of gives an open view of all the docks going on down here. And that's what I would ideally like. To recap, I've got the walkways and the water complete underneath the elevated railway. I've got the mountain backdrop in, but need to do some modifications to improve it. And then got some ideas for the new modular building, but there's a lot of uncertainty. We'll see. Well, that does it for this video. Thanks for watching.